Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is winding down, and the time we've all been talking about is approaching, and many will miss the boat. Many will be full of regrets. Many will be kicking themselves, wishing they listened to us as silver stackers get the last laugh before our financial system collapses into itself, causing mass hysteria, panic, and just an overall sense of impending inevitable doom. But there still is some time left, so use it wisely. This is Silver Slayer, and welcome to my channel. Now, the biggest question, the $1,000,000 question has to be when. What is the time frame of this realistically happening? Is it, in a couple months, by next March? Will it be by next August? Will it be at the end of the year? Are we looking about a year away, 2 years? Is it going to be like 2008, replicating the same type of, situation, which took 3 years from 2008 to 2011? What is the time frame? If we're talking about $50 silver, we have banks already predicting, forecasting, announcing $50 silver in 2021. And if it does get to $50 silver in 2021, the amount of public attention, the amount of spotlight silver is going to get, the amount of investors dumping their money, switching probably from cryptos, depending on what Bitcoin does during this time, definitely switching out of stocks. People that have never invested a single dollar in their entire life. I mean, think about it. It's going to get crazy, especially because last time silver hit $50 was in 2011. But now we have all these other circumstances. So if it breaks past that resistance at 50, it easily could go to 100 within the next couple of months. Will it stay that high? Probably not, but we will get desensitized to these $50, $60, $70 silver levels. That's going to be the new normal. So before we get ahead of ourselves, silver is still cheap. So take advantage of that. Saxo Bank, another bank, Citibank, Bank of America, Saxo Bank, all these banks are coming out and announcing that they are extremely bullish for silver, which never happens. Remember, banks are threatened by silver. Banks don't seek silver as money. Gold is another story. Gold, the only reason America's the richest country is because we own the most gold. Gold is still money in the bank's eyes, but silver isn't. Silver's a commodity. Silver's used for, stuff that the bank doesn't really need. So when they're talking about silver and not gold, you know that they get what we get. They see what we see. They understand everything, and they also give the reasons why, which we're going to talk about in this article. Before we jump into that, I want to shout out Marilyn Jassam for becoming a member of the Slayer Elite. If you also want to become a member, click the join button next to the subscribe button. You get several perks like members only, silver giveaways, a lot of other stuff as well. Click the join button below. So, link to this article will be in the description. Saxo Bank projects silver will soar to a record $50 an ounce in 2021. See, this is powered by a loose Federal Reserve monetary policy and a weak dollar, and turbocharged by surging demand for white metal in the solar energy sector. And not only that, there's so many other things as well, but those are definitely some of the most influential factors that's going to be going into 2021. 2021 is going to be an interesting year for not only silver, but stocks, crypto, and the economy in general. So according to the Saxo Bank report, the usual suspects will continue to power silver upwards, referring to the extraordinary monetary policy we've seen in response to the pandemic in 2020. Saxo analysts expect the US dollar to continue to weaken even as the pandemic eases with the rollout of this, vaccine next year. The vaccine has killed the virus, but not killed the debt that is still flushing around the world. And that is something you can't fix. Scientists can't fix that. Nobody can fix that. It's an irreversible problem. We're too deep in the hole. There is no solution. There's only an alternative. So the problem is not really the fact that we have a disease, but that we're addicted to the cure, which was cheap money and all this debt. And so now it's the addiction to the cure that's the real problem. The disease doesn't even matter anymore. Because even if we get rid of the disease, we're still addicted to the cure. And the Fed can't take away the cure without causing an even bigger problem than the initial disease that the cure was meant to cure. Because now the problem isn't even the disease. Now it's all this money we're overprinting, overspending, giving out to support people, the stimulus, what that's going to do to the dollar. Saxo Bank also projects rising price inflation in 2021. The report predicts policymakers will be slow to respond to rising prices because they want to offer maximum support for their still recovering economies. And with a pandemic vaccine and a rapid rollout by the middle of the year, the excessive liquidity and over easy policy drives a powerful bid into any hard asset. And that's a no-brainer. Earlier this year, and that's definitely bullish for silver and gold like the article says. Earlier this year, the Federal Reserve moved to the goalpost to allow inflation to run hot. As Schiff noted at the time, by injecting so much stimulus into the economy in the past, the central bank has created a situation where it can never actually fight the inflation that it creates. But it was like a dog, getting cornered. What were we going to do? Tell the world or tell the U.S., no, we can't give you guys the money, you're screwed, because we have to save our money because we don't know. They had no choice. Even if they didn't have that money to give out, they still had to give it out, regardless of the consequence. They knew the consequences, but they had no choice. And that's why the Fed is now saying that we're going to let inflation run hotter, because they have no choice. It's not because this is good for the economy. It's not. It's necessary to keep the bubble from deflating. But with monetary fundamentals already looking strong for silver, the white metal will get a further boost from growing demand for applications related to the green transformation, particularly photovoltaic cells used in solar panel production. Saxo projects demand will outstrip supply. In fact, a real silver supply crunch is on the cards in 2021. And it frustrates the full-throttle political support for solar energy investments under a Biden presidency, the European Green Deal, and China's 2060 carbon-neutral goal, among other initiatives. So solar power generation expected to nearly double by 2025, according to a report released last summer by the Silver Institute. Silver possesses the lowest electrical resistance among all metals at standard temperatures. According to the report, potential substitute metals cannot match silver in terms of energy output per solar panel and cost. You got to think about cost as well. Silver's dirt cheap compared to gold and these other metals, palladium, platinum. So for how good it performs in these assets and technology, especially for how cheap it is, nothing is going to beat silver. Further, due to technical hurdles, the non-silver PVs tend to be less reliable and have shorter lifespans, presenting serious issues for their widespread commercial development. So nothing's ever going to replace silver. That was something that I always wondered. What if some other metal or some other way, scientists discover some way to use another metal to replace silver, and then silver just dies down. The market dies down. And that's not possible. It's the most highly conductive metal. For thermal conductivity and electricity, nothing performs like silver the way it does. And light sensitivity, right? And scientists found a way to make silver 40% stronger without losing any electrical conductivity. I mean, silver is literally the most incredible, magical metal in the world. Egyptians back in the day, biblical times, thought silver was magical because it could purify water. I mean, silver is crazy. So silver is historically more volatile than gold because it's due to its industrial demand. But the solar power industry should help steady the overall industrial demand for the white metal. So long-term, Saxo Bank points out that more than a half of mined silver supply is byproduct. It's by accident. Looking at the bigger picture at its core, silver is a monetary metal and it tends to track with gold over time. The silver to gold ratio is 76-1. Tells us the white metal is still significantly undervalued compared to gold. So if we're trying to choose whether to invest in a gold or silver, wouldn't we want to invest into the undervalued metal instead of the overvalued metal, right? It only makes sense. So given the economic dynamics and the current extraordinary monetary policy, a continued gold bull run seems more likely, and silver will probably come along for the ride, boosted by increasing industrial demand. And that's exactly what Thomas Kaplan, the billionaire, said yesterday in the interview that I showed on my channel. If you guys missed that If you guys missed that interview or that video, I highly recommend it. A billionaire, Thomas Kaplan, talks about why he's all in on silver, why silver is the only thing that makes sense right now. And it was incredible because he's talking about gold will rise too. Gold is actually what's going to first push silver higher. But then after, the aftermath is when silver goes higher, because it's always a couple weeks, couple months after. When silver does that, then it's industrial applications, it's industrial, benefits, its advantages, and all the shortage, the silver is going to take on a life of its own after it follows that rally from gold, and that's where it's going to explode. That's where the real potential is. That's why we're investing in the silver instead of gold. That's why my name is Silver Slayer, not Gold Slayer, because not only is it going to rally from gold off gold's back, but then this other situation that silver has, the unique advantages that gold doesn't have, is also going to take effect and become much more profitable than gold does. So, there's just a lot going on right now. You got to be subscribed, though, right? You cannot be blindly investing and expect success. This is not realistic. There's too many things happening in today's time, especially in today's day and age. I'm always going to give you guys or keep you guys in the loop, right? Every single day I post daily videos, right? I mean, you have to be paying attention. Even if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to a channel like mine. By the way, I do have an Instagram now. Links in the description. I've been following every single person back that follows me on my Instagram. It has been so fun talking to people all day long, every day. And Instagram is a very cool platform because we can share pictures to each other. You can't do that on YouTube, right? If we're talking on YouTube, our conversations will get lost because, you'll comment on one of my videos and then I post another video. So then I have to backtrack on videos I posted yesterday or the day before. And it's very messy. But Instagram, you can DM me. You can send me a picture of your stack. You can post pictures. I'll check out your Instagram and see all your posts and all the pictures of your stacks. And, it's just really, really unique. And it's a very convenient way for me to engage with my audience, to engage with my subscribers, and I think it's just going to be really fun to do that. So definitely follow me on Instagram. I cannot wait to meet you guys. I think this is going to be a great way to meet you guys and get more on an individual level. Also, make sure you do, or if you want to, become a part of the Slayer Elite. Like I said, watching my videos is more than enough. But if you just want another way to support me, then click the join button. It's $4.99 a month. It's just a way to support me. You will become, you'll have entry to members only giveaways, member only chat room. I mean, you'll have a badge next to your name, so when you comment on my videos, you'll stand out. There's other things as well. So I'm trying to make more content or more stuff for you guys to engage into. I'm really trying to make this a user-friendly, a really cool platform for precious metals or people that share the passion for precious metals to all hang out and interact with each other. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Post daily videos. I might post another video today. I've been posting one video a day lately. I'm trying to just tone it down a bit, but I do have some video ideas. If you do have some video ideas you want me to see, DM me. Right, you can comment on this video, but if you DM me, then we can get more personal on, what topics you want to talk about, or, bounce ideas off of each other. It's just a much easier way to talk and interact. So, on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.